Oga pa shop ako. Kripa no, chuk we chokabika.
They will trade all the parts for the best car.
I'm not gonna trade anything. These are my parts. They stole them from me.
Hukto, vidale. Chuk.
Dijuk.
Kalapisa na kuta. Marifani sinana wuki.
You understand this?
Whoa, easy.
Swinging through the city so fast you could barely notice him. Wall crawler, you know what's after that? Friendly neighborhood, he's taking care of the habitat. Urban acrobat, don't know where he found the time. Fighting crime, humble beginners and now he fly high. Spidey sense, superpower science kid. You don't think it's fair, I got the world's smallest violin. At the pinnacle, perched at the top. It's daily and it never stops. Hey, taking off the mask. Hey, promise is still me. Ain't nothing changed, no, this is the real me. Need my city, you need me. And here I'm not a vigilante. Taking off the mask, I know what you see. Know you want a neighbor like me. Cleaning up Queens, NYC. And I do it even better with the team.
Spectacular ultimate, he's amazing. Standing tall against any trouble he's facing. The guardian of Queens, not a fan of subtlety. When he's swinging through the streets, it's a superhero thing. Villains attack, so he attacks back. Now the whole city use the Go Spidey hashtag. That's really neighborhood pride in a red mask. He's just a neighborhood guy who still got class. He does the homework, then puts in more work. Got that Parker luck, but no one beats him on his home turf. Not A-N-E-R-D. The people in my city, they call me Spidey. When it's bad, I'm the one that's on the scene. I bet you kinda wish you had a neighbor like me.
Taking off the mask. Hey, promise is still me. Ain't nothing changed, no, this is the real me. Need my city, you need me. And here I'm not a vigilante. Taking off the mask, I know what you see. Know you want a neighbor like me. Just a young man cleaning up the streets, and I do it even better with the team.
Niobe. Get Niobe in here. I want to talk to Niobe so bad.
We will stand and fight! We will stand and fight!
Fear, that is it. In the dojo, no, that's it. Darkness, in the dojo, no, that's it. In the dojo, no, that's it. The war has just begun, and this way it will remain till the day when all are one. Transformer, more than meets the eye. Robots in disguise.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Transformers.
We are the future, Charles, not them. They no longer matter. We are the future, Charles, not them. They no longer matter.
Holy shit.
You're gonna take a baseball bat to a horseman, finish the job, because there's one rule of gang fighting. See, we are the original gang, and we're the most vicious in all of professional wrestling history. They send one of yours to the hospital, you send one of theirs to the morgue.
Meet the heavens above, where the lightning splits the sea. I could swear there is someone.
We are the future, Charles, not them. They no longer matter. We are the future, Charles, not them. They no longer matter. Conan, what is best in life? Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, to hear the lamentation of your women. That is good.
Till the end of the night.
Studios.
Kicking the door, waving the call. 바꾸이나 잠깐만 전상 말고. Wake up that dog. Run, race, I walk, 남 감고 pop, 아마 주총. By one, then two by two. 나 숨죽고 달래 날 좀 물러질러 좀. 가자 수업 지금 발려졌지. Makes no sense, you couldn't get a dollar out of me. 다 오니 밤이야. 눈독을 보면서. When hold up, pass it down. Look what you made us do. Down the magic purifier. Down in my mouth, come out and die. Why break the paint like this, that, big venom, this, that, big venom, this, that, big venom, venom, straight to your dome like.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are
for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world on HBO pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
I am the best wrestler in the world. I've been the best ever since day one when I walked into this company, and I've been vilified and hated since that day because Paul Heyman saw something in me that nobody else wanted to admit. That's right, I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
Finally, The Rock has come back!
This is home, JR! Right here!
Home.
All hail the Ayatollah of rock and roller!
Dragons!
Is it great to be alive on a Sunday afternoon or what? What's going on, everyone? This is LP. I am the writer and creator of comic books, such as Niobe and our fantasy series, Savage Sin, and I bid you greetings. And of course, as always, I bid you welcome. Welcome to Beyond, to the end of the internet. Welcome to Beyond the Walls of Ice, and of course, welcome to the Canadas of your soul.
Welcome to another edition of
Yeah! Now, I wasn't planning on going live, at least not this early. I was thinking, maybe later on the night for an hour or two, do a little game stream, and I still may do that. But I woke up to a couple of really fascinating things that's happening in the world today. 3 things, in fact. 3 things. Clearly, the Spider-Man story is breaking, right? So I don't know the full story on this, right? I'm just waking up hearing about, real life Spider-Man punching out Nazis. And I'm like, okay, let's look into this one. Also, Darth Vader goes to San Diego City Council to praise flock cameras. Yeah, that happened. And Ethan Van Sciver, the leader of the defunct hate group known as Comicsgate.
Niobe. Get Niobe in here. I want to talk to Niobe so bad.
So bad. He considers me to be an enemy of the state. Good. The master plan is working. So what we're going to do is we're going to start chewing away at a couple of these things. I'm not going to be on for a long time. Just, I'm going to be on for a little bit here, maybe an hour, if that, to talk about these crazy stories, And I didn't send the link to anyone because, this is political. And when you get into the realm of politics, it gets dicey, right? Because clearly you're not going to please everyone, no matter what you say, right? Just to make it clear, I'm not a Nazi. I don't at least think I am. I side more with the liberals and the Democrats at this point than I would the other side. And that's because Donald Trump really fucked over Canada. Congratulations. You got all the Canadians hating you. That's a hard thing to do because usually we're a friendly bunch, right? But no, you gone and done it, and you couldn't even strike up a fair trade deal with our country. So now we're gonna tear up the fuck out of you. That's right. Our Prime Minister, Mark Carney, has announced retaliatory tariffs, dollar for dollar, against the United States. It's about goddamn time. Now, I don't know if that is going to work out or not, but really, we're left with no choice, right?
Either we can bend over and take it up the ass from the Orange Man, or we can stand up like the rest of the world and fight back. And I think, Canada is pretty famous for doing just that. We've taken it up the ass for too long from this orange fucking fat bastard. You know what I mean? And, they cut off. It's a trade war. They're trying to financially cripple my country. Fuck off. He's only got another year and a half left, man. And there's no third term for you, son. Because if you even try to do a third term, you're in civil war. Fuck, you're in civil war now. Spider-Man may be the biggest hero of the century. Whoever this man is, and I'm sure he does have an identity, and I'm sure his name is not Peter Parker, has certainly made waves today. Masked vigilantes taking to the streets and in protest. So, and again, I don't know a lot about this story, but we're going to learn together, right? We're going to learn together and see what's going on. Like I said, there's a couple of different stories I want to check out here today. I didn't want to wait to do this later or next week, because by the time that happens, you know how the news cycle goes. After 2 days, it's over. After 2 days, you might as well move on to the next thing. So we're striking. We're striking hard. We're striking while the iron is hot. Before I even took a shower, I don't even have a shirt on, right? I'm sitting here. It's kind of warm and muggy. I'm in my chair, and I'm like surfing the internet. I'm looking at things. I'm answering messages. I'm like, oh, wow, this is crazy. What's going on? So yeah. So if anyone out there does want on the show, if you do want a piece of this, and I don't know why you would, because like I said, it's political, it's dicey. But you're more than welcome. Let me know, and if you really want on, I will send you the link, right? So let's kill this. Let's start a recording, because I'm gonna start doing member-only videos. I'm also gonna start doing videos that are like members view first, and then maybe 12 hours or 24 hours afterwards, then those videos can become public. And the reason why we're doing things like that is because we're getting new members. We just got a new member the other day. That makes 4 now. We're an army of 4, right? So we're an army of 4. And we're going to march along. So there is a news video. Now, it says here, and let's just start this right. Welcome to Bite Size News, where I give you more to chew on and chew on this. Did you know that Spider-Man got into a big, huge, massive fight and looks like he even got arrested at this Jake Lang protest? Now, I have no idea who Jake Lang is, but apparently he's a far-right extremist who's been to jail for a few years. I'm not really sure of the full story. That's why I'm hesitant to make any sort of comments on this. But I want to watch the news article here, the video that I do have lined up, and there's a couple other crazy videos that may even give us a better view of what happened. Because I don't know if they show him actually getting arrested, but I saw one where he actually gets taken down, probably by like 6 cops, and they arrest Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like J. Jonah Jameson, he'd be really happy, unmask him now, sort of idea. But he's a hero to a lot of people, right? And this story is only going to get crazier, right? And so I suspect if I was Marvel Comics, by the way, and I'm not, but Marvel, you should be hiring me. I've only been after you now for a couple of years for this. Have your people, have Tom Brevoort call my house, my cousin. Hello. He's standing by ready to take your call so I can write the best damn magic stories that you've ever seen. Now, with that being said, if I was in his chair, if I was Marvel, if I was like, Kevin Feige or something, like say I'm someone in Marvel with a lot of pull, right? I would definitely take the screenshot of Spider-Man here and fucking turn that into a comic book cover, because that cover would sell by the millions. Might even be worth some money. Who knows, right? If it's sold by the millions, maybe it wouldn't be worth money. Maybe what you do is like you make it a special edition comic, right? Do a couple different variants, some different takes on this. I mean, there's a way to cash in on this big time. And don't think that Marvel wouldn't do it. Because it puts them in a better light. You know, people, like, oh, wow, yeah, Spider-Man taking out Nazis. People love that shit, right? And then you can sell it. You can monetize it. You can monetize it. Just like I'm kind of monetizing it now, But let's see. Let me do some OBS magic here. I'm going to get to the shared window, and we're going to watch the news video together. You and I, me and you. And yeah, it's probably about as best as I'm going to get it there. All right. So are you guys ready for this? It's another Niobe Reacts right here on Niobe Comics, Comic Cast. I bid you greetings and welcome as always. And let's get into this. I'm curious to see, man. I haven't watched the whole thing. Like I said, I caught a blurb of this. I'm like, you know what? I do reactions. I want to react. Let's react. Oh yeah, look, he's throwing. He's throwing down.
These guys are harassing.
Now, who's that guy? Oh, that's chaos, man. Some guy's got a cross. Ooh. So this is crazy. Only in the United States, right?
MPD, you got comment? You got comment on what's going on? Any comment? No?
Where's Spider-Man?
Jake! Go to hell! Stop touching kids, you you, Jake! Any comment on what's going on today?
Stay back, mother.
So a lot of civil unrest. And again, I don't know who this Jake Lang guy is. I never heard of him before a day in my life, right? But apparently he's not well liked. That is for sure. There's another video here. Let's watch this one. Let's see what's in this one. If it will play. Oh, this is from a different angle too. Oh, look at this. Look at that! Look, Spider-Man right there, fucking thumping on the car, throwing fucking lefts and rights. Look at that! Look at that! It's a tug of war. Everyone's getting in on the action. Spider-Man's got the crowd all riled up. So, as you can see, it is chaos here. I'm only really interested, honestly, with Spider-Man, right? We're comic book people. We want to see Spider-Man in action here. But I think, as I'm just sort of skimming through the video here, that might be it for Spider-Man. But I can tell you that I have seen other video of this, right? And we're just going to talk here for a minute while I go and search for that other video. Well, it's a way to get attention. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, anytime someone dresses up as a superhero and gets involved in something like this, it's going to make headlines, right? You know, people are going to be naturally curious to what's going on and how this all go down and what the fuck is happening. And I have this other video right here. I think let's see if this one. Yeah, okay. But what we'll do is we'll just move it a little bit more center here. Now I found this one on Reddit. And so I think this is just like, you know, someone's personal phone video, right? But let's go ahead and take a look at this. What happens if I full screen it? Well, all right, we'll try it like this. We'll see what happens. There he is. Boom, 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 boom. At least 4 or 5 shots in there. Some pepper spray looks like was sprayed. There he is with the tug of war. Oh. Yeah, you see that? He got thrown out. And there it is. There it is. There it is, right there. He gets taken down, arrested right there. I don't know if you should be arrested. Well, I mean, see, this is the thing, right? Should you arrest him? Should you not arrest him? The thing is, everyone's got a right to protest, right? But when it gets violent, there is law and order for a reason, right? And the cops, they have to do their job, right? Whether you agree or disagree, you know, protesting should be done peacefully, in my opinion, right? Unless if you want to break down of the entire system, if you're looking to tear down the entire government, then have at her. But I mean, in a lawful and orderly society, there are ways to do things and ways not to do things. Spider-Man certainly, you know, probably knew the consequences when he got involved in this. He's probably just going to get a slap on the wrist anyway, though, so I won't worry too much about him. But he gets arrested, though. I mean, that much is for sure. He gets taken down. I wonder if they unmask him. Oh, no, we're watching this, but... Oh man, people would rally for Spider-Man, right? And there goes that truck racing away. So this is from reporter Mark on TikTok. Wow, we'll watch it one more time here. One more time. Here we go. Spider-Man fights fascism in Minneapolis. He tried to run, man. Did he ever? Just a wild, chaotic scene. All right, so just a wild, chaotic scene there in Minneapolis. Apparently, that was yesterday on the 22nd. This all went down. And again, like I said, I'm not a political guy. You know, covering politics is a little bit dicey because I don't know really who this guy is. You know, Jake, what's his name? I have to go back and look it up, right? Let's see. Not Jake Paul. Spider-Man beats up Jake Paul. Could you imagine? Yeah, who is this guy? Jake Lang. Okay, that's the name. That's the name I want to type in. Who is Jake Lang? That's what I want to know. AI, tell me who Jake Lang is. Jake Lang, far-right activist. Most major news mentions refers to Edward Jacob Jake Lang, a prominent far-right activist and political candidate. Interesting. On January 6, Lang served 4 years in prison for his role in the January 6 attacks on the U.S. Capitol when he was charged for assaulting police officers. He gained widespread notoriety. How do you say that? After being pardoned by President Donald Trump on the first day of his second term in 2025. Activisms and ideology, he utilizes his online presence to fuel anti-immigration, anti-Semitic, and anti-Muslim rhetoric, frequently promoting the Great Replacement conspiracy theory. I have never heard of this Great Replacement conspiracy theory. I have no idea what they're talking about at all. In recent arrests, Lang frequently stages highly disruptive theatrical demonstrations in major cities like New York City, Dearborn, and Minneapolis, which we just saw. Most recently, on August 22nd, which was yesterday, he was arrested by Minneapolis police on probable cause of inciting a riot after vehicles associated with his group drove into a crowded sidewalk outside of City Hall. Okay. So he's a shit disturber. There we go. That's basically what this is. A guy making a lot of noise. Guy making a lot of rhetoric, looking for clout, looking for this, looking for Spider-Man to come attack him so that he can beef up his presence, I guess. Look. You're gonna fall on whatever political side of the aisle that you're on. I don't really subjugate myself to a particular political view. I just go with what works for me, I guess, at the time, right? But what doesn't work for me is, Donald Trump's fucking tariffs on my country and him trying to make us the 51st state. That's not going to happen, son. You know what I mean? In fact, if I was president, or not president, but prime minister, the deal is, there is no deal. The deal is, we go back to free trade, the way it was before you even took office. And if we can't do that, then no deal whatsoever. I mean, that would be my advice to Prime Minister Mark Carney, is that we go back to free trade. Absolutely zero fucking tariffs. Period. End of story. And all this talk about making us the 51st state fucking ends immediately. Immediately. Now, we only really have to put up with this for another year and a half, but that year and a half can do a lot of damage, So anyway, I think Spider-Man is going to get a huge boost in popularity. I definitely think Marvel will spoof this image somehow into a cover. If they don't, they're stupid. And that's my 2 cents on it. So fill up my plate. Give me something to chew on. I'm sure, this story is going to touch a lot of nerves in a lot of different ways. Are you down with Spidey? Are you against Spidey? Is he a hero? Is he a villain? Let me know in the comments section below and give me something to chew on for a future video. In the meantime, like and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more coming up very, very soon. So there you have it, man. But that's not the only fucking crazy thing that's going on, man. One would think that that's enough, right? For one weekend, But no, there is more. There's always more. And this is wild. This next one is wild. Let me go ahead and we're going to record this. Welcome to Bite Size News. I'm LP, where I give you more to chew on. And chew on this. Actually, you know what? Let's cancel that. Because I don't want to use this background. We'll do it like this. There we go. Ah. Welcome to Bite Size News, where I give you more to chew on. And chew on this. Darth Vader. That's right. The Sith Lord himself, Anakin Skywalker. Darth Vader makes his case for flock cameras at the San Diego City Council meeting. No shit. And this happened on August the 19th. So Spider-Man's getting in brawls in Minneapolis with fascism. And Darth Vader is now making his plead for flock cameras. So let's absorb, if you will, and see what kind of case here Vader makes.
The Emperor is a fan of flock, and we must continue utilizing flock technologies so that we can follow and surveil the rebel scum as they move from playground to playground, from playground to pool, from pool to gymnasium, because we all know that the flock cameras are not only following the license plate readers, they are following children. They are following children in parks and gymnasiums, and we need this. I need this so I can stalk my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, you gonna stalk Padme? Holy shit. I don't know much about the flock camera situation. This is something that's more, I would say, prevalent in the United States, maybe in places like China, shit like that. Maybe in Canada, I don't know. But, you know, any sort of mass surveillance generally isn't a good thing, right? You know, it's an invasion of privacy. Some people are going to call it, you know, an act of safety, you know, catch the criminals, you know, they'll give you their justifications for it. But things like this, mass surveillance, you know, and they started doing this really after 9/11, you know, really gets abused really, really quickly. That's what I think on this already. But, you know, Darth Vader seems to want it. I know it's satirical. He's being sarcastic here. And again, if you want to make, and I said this in the Spider-Man video, if you haven't watched that, there should be a card floating up above here soon enough to let you go do that. But if you want to make a statement, you know, dress up in cosplay and make a scene. You'll get news coverage, 100%.
Also, it should be known that the people of this town, the pools that want their storm drains cleared, they should not have their storm drains cleared. Because in order to do that, we will have to raise taxes. And how will the people trust this city council when this city council continues to vote for surveillance technology that imprisons them? Miss Campbell, you must work on your Jedi mind tricks. Do it like this. And when you do it, make...
Darth Vader doesn't have a human hand. You know, his hand is mechanical. It's encased in, you know, like in, you know, black leather sort of idea here. You know, I'm very disappointed, you know, as I get a better look at his costume here, of your cosplay, Mr. Vader, just to be honest with you.
Make sure that when you're double speaking them into telling them that police services have become more humanitarian, make sure that you don't emphasize the detail that you put a ban on camping. You put a ban. You made criminalizing homelessness illegal, and that is why there is no such thing as humanitarian policing for the homeless, because we have effectively criminalized homelessness, which is good. Now we can staff, now we can fill our jails with free prison labor, especially like that of the Otay Mason Detention Center, where they are making $1 a day for working for 12 hours. And there have been multiple cases of tuberculosis. Yes, and this is good. This is what the Emperor needs. This technology will help us find the rebel scum and their hidden base on Hoth. This technology will help us find Luke Skywalker as he traverses the universe in his X-Wing. This technology is a necessary force.
Thank you. Your time is up.
Roger Ralphs.
Can you fucking imagine, right? That you're in the city council. You're hearing petitions. You're hearing the complaints. Citizens are speaking up, right? And fucking Darth Vader comes in. You know what I mean? How do you take it seriously? That's sort of my problem with this. I mean, it's comical as all fuck. Don't get me wrong. It's entertaining as shit. I wouldn't be covering it if it wasn't. But wow, man. So we got Spider-Man duking it out in the streets of Minneapolis, and we got Darth Vader in San Diego at the Public Safety Committee, advocating for the use of flock cameras, man. If I didn't think we were in a cyberpunk dystopian future before, I certainly think we're there now. I certainly man. And you can see that there isn't even really that many people there, but Darth Vader was there. He flew down in a TIE fighter and, made his presence known and told the council they need to work on their Jedi mind tricks, So, man, I mean, if you're from the area, I'd like to know, is Darth Vader going to make a run for city council? I don't know. Guys, let me know what you think about this, though. Is Vader right or wrong? Did the dark side make its point here in San Diego? Sound off in the comments section below and put something on my plate. Give me something to chew on, maybe for a future video. In the meantime, why don't you like, share, and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more good stuff coming up very, very soon. Yeah, that's a wild one. Crazy. I don't know. Everything happens in threes, though, right? It's a triple event, right? This one's a little bit smaller and a little bit more personal for me. So, we speak of fascism, we speak of hate groups, we speak of people who just want to, kind of gatekeep and hold other people down. That is exactly how I view this ragtag movement called Comicsgate. Okay, so Comicsgate, if you don't know what it is, I'll give you sort of like the real brief synopsis of it. It's basically a group of people who are ex-pros. By ex, I mean they at one point in time may have worked for DC or Marvel, maybe done some stuff for Image Comics, that sort of stuff, and then got essentially canceled by their peers and by the respected companies they work for, because of the political turmoil that the United States has been facing now for almost 10 years, right? And so companies like Marvel and DC have what they call company core values. And when you stray away from those company core values, they tend to stray away from you, right? They don't hire you anymore, and a lot of these companies operate on a consensus sort of system where if enough people are saying nay, then the answer is nay, right? And so these guys like Ethan Van Sciver, John Malin, Shane Davis, Dan Lawless, and a few others, they're essentially been blacklisted from mainstream comics because of their political views, and not just that though, just because of their overall attitudes in general. All right. So, an argument can be made that they're assholes. An argument can be made that, they've disaligned themselves from the company values and they're making the company look bad. And whatever reasons that they say or that the other side says, they become this group of, straight white men who, don't really care much for women in comics. They've said it a million times. They've done, personal attacks, and by attacks I mean like online trolling and basically harassing people like a Gail Simone, like a Mark Wade, like a Mark Brooks, like a Dan Slott, okay, a CB Cebulski, right? They've gone after plenty of times a Heather Antos and a Megs Visaggio, and the list of comic pros that currently work for Marvel and DC that they have had, interactions with, and not in a good way, is longer than my arm. Now, I don't like Comicsgate for a variety of reasons, that being one of them. But the other reason, honestly, is they just make indie comics look bad, right? Let's say this. Let's say that, you're getting into comic books, or maybe you've been in the comic books for a while and you're looking for alternatives. You hear a lot of buzz about independent comic books and how there's lots of good stuff in independent comic books, and there is. But let's say that you're searching on YouTube and you run into an Ethan Van Sciver or Shane Davis's channel, or John Malin, who does a show called The Hard R. What do you think that means? And they're just belligerent, and they fight with each other, and there's the shit that's said on these shows, man, and someone should do a montage of it, is completely wild and unnecessary, right? The thing about being in comics is that we're not gatekeepers. We're the guys and girls that should be opening the gates, right? We're not gatekeepers, we're ambassadors, okay? And we need to show everyone, regardless of your race, sex, creed, that you are indeed welcome here. You're welcome here. I don't have a problem with anyone. I don't have a problem with anyone's sexuality. I don't have a problem with how anyone decides how they want to dress, how they want to act, all that, right? I don't care about the color of your skin. What I do care about is if you treat me with respect, I will treat you the same way. That's it. It's as simple, clean cut, and dry as that. But Comicsgate does not operate underneath that moniker. They operate as egotistical narcissists that think they're always right. And they don't like me. And they haven't liked me for a long time because I didn't bend the knee to them. And they tried to get me to do this on several occasions. You really need to join us. You'll get higher numbers. You'll get more backers. You'll get more clout, right? Wouldn't you want our promotion? No. And I'll tell you why. Because I've been doing this since 2014, long before that group even formed and even became a thing. You know what I mean? I was sitting here, trying to bust my ass in 2014, trying to make my very first comic book, Niobe #1. And it wasn't because of an Ethan Van Sciver or anyone like that. That was my influence. Quite honestly, the influence came from Brian Pulido's Lady Death and him doing Kickstarters and going, you know what? I'm not a Brian Pulido. I certainly don't have Lady Death as a property, but I would like to give this a shot. And 12 years ago, that's exactly what I've done. And I've never signed up to any sort of gang or cult or had to brand a symbol in my arm, join some sort of faction or team to be able to make comic books, right? And they say, well, Comicsgate is a community. It's not just, this one about one person or one group of people. I prefer to make my own community. I want my community to be centered around me, right? And what it is that I do and what it is that my friends do, We don't want to be involved in the fucking rolling in the mud with the pigs. Now, there is a video, and it's very, the part I'm going to play this is very, very short. Okay. Here, let me kill it. There is, Ethan Van Sciver calls me out. Okay. And I'm actually just going to show you a little bit of his intro here to kind of give you the idea of what these guys kind of do. In case if maybe you've heard of Comicsgate and you don't know much of what it is. You may have heard of a comic book writer, Kelly Sue DeConnick, married to Matt Fraction, okay? And she had this video that kind of went viral, and of course Ethan and crew have to make fun of her and make fun of it, step on her head so they can sort of prop themselves up. And you're going to see that a little bit right here. Here we go.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
So that was a famous line that she said, right? If you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. And I think that's a fair enough statement to make. When I write comic books, if you don't like what it is that I'm writing, then don't buy it. But they took this as, well, you're alienating half of your audience. Well, no, I mean, she knows who her audience is. Let's not get it fucking twisted here, right? And it's a fair statement to make. When we write as comic book writers, and I don't want to speak for Kelly Sue DeConnick here, but I'll speak for myself. When I write, there's always a bit of your soul in there, right? There's always a part of you that's going to go into every piece of work that you write. You do it, without even being conscious about it. There is a piece of you in every word that you write. And your writing is going to be influenced by the life that you live, what you're experiencing, and what's happening in the environments around you. It just is.
Don't read them. And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Don't read them. Girls read comics. Girls have always read comics. Problem solved. White boys, comic book reader. Don't buy my book. Don't buy my book. I literally can't even think. We can have a little conference on that. Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? Don't read them. What comic books are you reading? What comic books are you reading? Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? Don't read them. What comic books are you reading? What comic books are you reading? Comic book reader. Comic book reader. May I curse? White boys, don't read them.
I have an important message for you. You did it. I'm super proud of you. Yay!
So this clip right here, this obviously isn't Kelly Sue. This is Gail Simone, right? Gail Simone, famous for her Batgirl run. Gail Simone, famous for her run on Red Sonja, which is probably one of my favorite runs of Red Sonja ever, right? And Gail Simone currently is the writer of the Uncanny X-Men. Doesn't get, quite honestly, any larger than that in the world of Marvel. Uncanny X-Men, Amazing Spider-Man, obviously the two top tier comic books for the last fucking 40 years, right? Just is. And as you can see, that they're clipping it and taking things a little bit out of context. But this is, how they, by they, I mean Comicsgate, feels about the mainstream industry. And this is how they want to present their thoughts by belittling and making fun of and trolling the shit out of these women. I happened to met Gail in Halifax, Nova Scotia back in 2011, long before I was even, thinking about making a comic book. And she was extremely nice and extremely gracious to me. And, we talked probably for a good 10, 15 minutes. She let me even record the interview, which I still have. And we talked a little bit about, her run on Red Sonja, Batgirl. We talked some stuff. I don't even know if she was doing Red Sonja then. But we talked Batgirl for sure. I think she was doing Red Sonja. Like, my memory's a little foggy now. It has been, 2011. We're 2026 now. However, the point is that she was really nice. She talked about Dungeons and Dragons. I was a big Dungeons and Dragons fan at the time. Still am. I just thought, she was nice. And in this clip, what she's talking about is she's talking to the other, independent comic book creators that she was sort of interacting with on Twitter. So there was a time when she was, heavily involved in interacting with independent comic book creators and trying to encourage them, to make their books. And she was giving like these sort of, little lessons and things of that nature. And this is what she's celebrating here.
Yay! There is nothing inherently masculine of heroism. There's nothing inherently masculine heroism. Girls read comics. Girls have always read comics. Problem solved. Magic!
Yay! You did it! Yay! Indisputable.
And you can see, like, we go back to that, where they're carrying the coffin sort of thing there. This is exactly what they think, right? They think that these women have destroyed Marvel and DC. That's what they think. Some of the best stories were written by women. Louise Simonson being one of them. I've actually become somewhat, not completely sold on her yet, but I'm warming up to Ashley Allen because I read Magic and Colossus. I would definitely like my crack at it, but you know, these stories, they're not bad, right? No one's destroying Marvel and DC. DC and Marvel are doing just fine, okay? Without them, without Comicsgate, right? You have the runaway success of Absolute Batman just dominating the scene. X-Men, I haven't read Gale's X-Men because I'm limited on my budget, but I've been buying Jed McKay's X-Men, like the main X-Men title, and that's been decent. I've been getting Spider-Man, and they've been piling up. I haven't been reading them yet, but I hear it's a good run. Okay? Comic books, we talked about this the other day, we think they're in a boom, right? That things are getting better in the sales of comic books. And I don't mean like, manga counting as comic books. I mean actual floppies selling a little bit better than maybe they have in the last little while. A lot of that attributes to Absolute Batman. A lot of that is through Robert Kirkman and his work with the G.I. Joe and the Transformer and all the Hasbro sort of properties that they've been able to accumulate. And there's also other runaway successes like Dork, So Last Ronin of the Turtles, and, I'm sure there's lots of other examples. Something is Killing the Children, etc., etc., etc. Right? So I think comic books, are doing just fine. If there was a culture war, I would say the culture war is over, but these guys just haven't gotten the fucking memo yet,
Indisputable truth.
So don't.
And yeah, you'll see they'll use this one a lot, right? So tweet that Gail Simone made a couple of years back. Excuse me, cyber frog in my throat. Sorry, we accidentally took over comics, everyone. Actually, not sorry. I wouldn't be sorry either. You're writing the Uncanny X-Men. You're at top tier level. Congratulations, you earned it. All right, so we're going to fast forward this just a little bit. And this is where he's going to call me out, right? He's going to talk about the enemies of Comicsgate, and my name gets thrown into the mix. I didn't know he held me in such high regard. And it's like right at the start of this. Like I woke up and I'm on YouTube, and because I like to check out and keep my ear to the ground, I came across this. I didn't know I was being mentioned. I'm like, oh shit. Do I say anything? Do I respond? Do I just laugh about it? I'm sort of doing all the above. You know what I mean? All right, let's get on with it.
Well, hello, everybody. Hi, this is a great day, isn't it? What a beautiful Sunday. The Lord's Day, Shane, the Lord's Day. You realize that, Shane and Yancey? This is the day that all of you guys, I'm sure you just came back from church, everybody in the chat, churchgoers here with Comicsgate, I'm sure you guys all came back, and you're ready for this great, terrific day. And before we go, before we begin, let's start with a prayer, a very appropriate prayer. Lord, as you once smote the Pharaoh's people with a plague of frogs in the book of Exodus, I thank you for letting me smite Comicsgate's foes in the same way with Cyberfrog in the new book. Shane, the new book, Cyberfrog, Nothing Weird #1. May it hop straight into the faces of Smiller, the Critical Drinker, Eric July, Larry Higgins, the Wheelers, and every other effing hater. Say these.
You hear me? I was mentioned, man. Apparently I have real estate within the brain of one Evan Van Sciver. This is it, man. To call me out like that, right? The Larry Higgins, put me right up there with Mike Miller and Eric July, as Comicsgate's biggest haters. I have risen in the ranks. You know what I mean? Apparently I've risen in the ranks.
I made my way up through the ranks, motherfucker.
That's it, man.
I made my way up through the ranks, motherfucker.
I want to hear it again. Let's hear it again. And I just recorded it too, because I am definitely going to put that on my soundboard. Like, that is happening, right? Right when he starts talking here.
Well, hello, everybody. Hi, this is a great day, isn't it? What a beautiful Sunday. The Lord's Day, Shane, the Lord's Day. You realize that, Shane and Yancey? This is the day that all of you guys, I'm sure you just came back from church, everybody in the chat, churchgoers here with Comicsgate, I'm sure you guys all came back, and you're ready for this great, terrific day. And before we go, before we begin, let's start with a prayer, a very appropriate prayer. Lord, as you once smote the Pharaoh's people with a plague of frogs in the book of Exodus, I thank you for letting me smite Comicsgate's foes in the same way with Cyberfrog in the new book. Shane, the new book, Cyberfrog, Nothing Weird, #1. May it hop straight into the faces of Smiller, the Critical Drinker, Eric July, Larry Higgins, the Wheelers, and every other effing hater. Say these things in the Lord's name, amen. What do you think of that, Shane? Are you ready now? Prayer?
Amen. Hallelujah. Let's go.
How come you're not on camera, Shane? Everybody wants to see you.
I don't know. Let me turn my camera on.
Oh, there you are. Oh, look at his little face. Oh, it's so good to see Shane. Here's Rhetorical Kiblet.
All right, that's enough airtime for them. But you get the idea, right? Apparently, I'm right up there with all the haters of Comicsgate. Here's my response to that. Good. I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad I get to make a little clip of that. That's going up on my fucking intro, right? I'm going to replay the fuck out of that so everyone understands that you and I are not on the same side. Yeah. That's what we're doing, because I prefer, even though there are people out there that don't like me, and that's their prerogative, I still try to be an ambassador to comic books as much as I can. You know, anytime that I'm privileged enough, lucky enough to be invited to a convention, to some sort of signing, to some sort of gathering, even when I'm just hanging out at the comic book shop on a Wednesday picking up my books, if people come up to me with their art, with their ideas, it doesn't matter who they are, right? They can be straight, they can be trans, they can be bi, they can, be black, they can be white, they can be young, they can be old. I'm going to give them my time and attention, because that's what they're asking for. They're asking for my advice, my help. They're showing me their art. They're telling me about their stories. They're asking how to break in. And I'm just going to do my part and, try to encourage anyone who wants to do this to the best of my ability. When I get brought into a convention, I feel that is part of my job and my duty while I'm there to do that, to be the best sort of ambassador for independent comic books that I possibly can. Do I always succeed in that? Probably not. But my heart and my passion is always in the right place, right? We got Philman Axe in the chat. He says, did Larry hurt their little fifis? Apparently. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's going to be a great little clip that I'm going to use now for the intro, So thank you. Thank you for giving me more, more clips I can utilize and exploit. You know what I'm saying? What's good for the gander, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you ever heard that saying before. But that's about it. That's what I got for you today. I'm gonna disappear for a little bit there. I'm gonna shit, shower, shave sort of thing. My work week is starting tomorrow, so slowly get ready for another week of calls of roadside assistance, helping people who are stuck on the side of the road. That's what I do. On top of being prepared for an onslaught of comic books that's going to make their way to me here the start of next week. So initially it was going to be the 28th. Now it's going to be the following Monday. And I knew there'd be some sort of delay. I knew there'd be no way they were going to get to me that quick, right? But now we're looking at, I think they said August, let's see. August, is it 30th? Is there 31 days in August? Yeah, they said either August 31, the 31st, or September 1st that I should have books, right? So they're not coming this week, but basically a week from tomorrow, I should have Booksesses according to their latest update. So, also, if you are a backer, check your inbox, your Kickstarter inbox, for the links to the digital files, whether it's Outbreak 5 that you backed, or the entire Outbreak series, or the entire Niobe digital collection. Whatever it is that you back digitally, it is waiting for you in your Kickstarter inbox with links to the Dropbox, okay? That will take you to all the digital goodies, And also, I would encourage you that if you are looking for Niobe back issues, maybe you're just hearing about us now, you want to know where to start. 2 places I would recommend on eBay, like if you're on my eBay store, link is in the chat, is picking up Niobe Origins #1. That's certainly a good way to jump in, or pick up Niobe the trade paperback, which has Niobe Origins in there, as well as Niobe Birthrights #1 and #2. Okay, and that will get you right in the door, and get you on board with what it is that we do. And then after you sink your teeth into those, then what you want to get next is Outbreak #1 to 5. 1 to 4 is available right now on my eBay store, and once we deliver #5, I'll start putting the leftover books up on the store as well. So, also keep out for those releases coming through Antarctic Press sometime down the road. I'm not exactly sure when they're going to hit solicitation, but they've been submitted to Ben Dunn, and the rest is in the hands of the sensei. Okay. So, with that being said, yeah, I think that's good for now. I think maybe we'll part ways for a little bit, but I'll be back a little later. We'll probably do a little bit of gaming, the ride out the rest of the weekend here. But I just wanted to touch base on those stories, get those out of the way while they're hot and fresh. Make a couple of video clips out of that, and then sort of move on. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you, in a couple hours.
Swinging through the city so fast you could barely notice him. Wall crawler, you know what's after that? Friendly neighborhood, he's taking care of the habitat. Urban acrobat, don't know where he found the time. Fighting crime, humble beginners and now he fly high. Spidey sense, superpower science kid. You don't think it's fair, I got the world's smallest violin. At the pinnacle, perched at the top. It's daily and it never stops. Hey, taking off the mask. Hey, promise is still me. Ain't nothing changed, no, this is the real me. Need my city, you need me. And here I'm not a vigilante. Taking off the mask, I know what you see. No, you want a neighbor like me. Cleaning up Queens, NYC. And I do it even better with the team.
Spectacular ultimate, he's amazing. Standing tall against any trouble he's facing. The guardian of Queens, not a fan of subtlety. When he's swinging through the streets, it's a superhero thing. Villains attack, so he attacks back. Now the whole city use the Go Spidey hashtag. That's really neighborhood pride in a red mask. He's just a neighborhood guy who still got class. He does the homework, then puts in but you kinda wish you had a neighbor like me.